Scrolling Sword, what's going on? We just read Acts chapters 5 through 7, and they really show that God is not just building a powerful church, he's building a pure church. And in Acts 5, if we zoom in and see one of the craziest stories in the New Testament, Ananias and Sapphira, they just give part of their money while pretending it was the full amount. This is absolutely wild because I just want to give you context. Peter did not tell anybody that they had to give 100% of any income that they had or 100% of any real estate deal that was made. Ananias and Sapphira went to Peter and said, we're going to sell this land and we're going to give you all of the money. We're going to sell this land. We're going to give all the money to a church. And somewhere along the line, I imagine they got the money and then they're like, ooh, what if I just kept a little back? What if I just lied a little bit about this? You know, what happens if we give all of our money and we're not able to live lavish, or we're not able to have, amazing land or amazing villas or whatever? But the issue wasn't the amount of money. It was that the image that they were trying to protect was a materialistic one of prestige, one of status. And Peter looked at them and said, you didn't just lie to people, you lied to God himself. And this was exposing that it was a spiritual issue. It wasn't a financial issue. It's not about the dollars and cents. It's about the commitment you made between God and yourselves. It's like when you sign up and become a member of any church and you say, yes, we will support the ministry in these ways, and then you don't do it, you're not just lying to the pastor, you're not just lying to the board, you're not just lying to all the other pastors on staff that are running around doing all of the work. You committed with the church of God, and that is committing with God. And that's what Ananias and Sapphira did. It wasn't just a financial thing of like, oh, no, we just, we told you this much, but it's going to be this much. Cool. No, because you can fool people, but you cannot fake it with God. God's not going to bless who you pretend to be. And this moment in the New Testament really mirrors a lot of Old Testament things. And Dr. Luke, who wrote this book, used some intentional Greek language that would have mirrored the Greek translation of the Old Testament scriptures, especially in Joshua 7, we just read a couple weeks ago. Achan, he had hidden sin, and it disrupted the entire community at the beginning of Israel's mission. And we see just like God deals seriously with hidden sin from the very beginning, because what's hidden will eventually spread. If you don't pull up weeds quickly when you see them, they will fester. They will spread. If you don't cut the head of the snake off, that snake's going to have babies. I know that was violent. That was graphic. I apologize. But the book of Acts really shows Satan shifting his strategy from attacking leaders to corrupting the community within. This is what Satan does. He's going to attack leaders for a while, then he's going to attack sheep for a while, go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, ultimately because it will wear leadership down, and then the sheep will go astray, not having a shepherd. And the greatest threat to the church, it's not always opposition from the outside, but it's compromise on the inside. Just to take this home, God isn't after what you give. He's after who you really are. And how you give displays who you really are. All right, love y'all. See you in the discussion room.